For a sun worshipping South Indian like myself, 2 weeks in a place where 90% of the Earth's total ice volumes are stored is a chilling prospect. She, being from India, uh, which is a place where sun is worshipped, and sun plays a major role in the climate of the country, uh, making it a hot tropical climate. She, being from that place, and coming to a place like Antarctica, spending there some time, uh, gives her an entirely different experience, which was not only discouraging for her circulatory and metabolic functions, because the body also takes time to adapt to the environment, but also for her imagination. It was little discouraging for her. So it was a chilling prospect. It was getting little overwhelming for her, not just because it was severely cold and chilly, but it was little difficult for her to adjust mentally as well as physically. It's like walking into a giant ping pong ball devoid of any human markers. So here narrator has compared Antarctica to a ping pong ball. It is as smooth as ping pong ball, according to her, devoid of human markers. That means there are no trees, billboards. Billboards are huge hoardings or buildings. So one feels as if one has come in some other world. It is entirely different from other continents. You lose all earthly sense of perspective and time here, because there is 6 months of daylight and then 6 months of dark period. So only in the austral, that is called austral summer. So only in the time of austral summer, people stay there, because it becomes very difficult to be there in the dark period of 6 months. Only researchers and scientists at the most stay there for some time, but most of the visitors, the tourists and all, come in the austral summer. So you lose all earthly sense of perspective and time here. It becomes very difficult to understand what period of time you are in, and the outlook also changes. The angle of looking at something also changes. As if you are not on earth, you are in some other place. So the earthly sense of perspective and time gets lost when you are in Antarctica. The visual scale ranges from the microscopic to the mighty. That means all kinds of organisms are found here, from microscopic level to the mighty level. Very huge as blue whales, and as microscopic as midgets and mites. There are different species of organisms of all sizes, and icebergs as big as countries. There are icebergs as big as countries. The largest recorded was the size of Belgium. Days go on and on and on, because there is 6 months of daylight, so it is like days going on and on. There is no sunset, no sunrise. In surreal 24-hour austral summer light. It is like surreal, it's bizarre, it's unusual, dreamlike situation in Antarctica. 24 hours 24-hour austral summer light all the time. So one loses the sense of time and perspective here. And a ubiquitous silence. Silence which is overwhelming as well as in abundance everywhere. Interrupted only by the occasional avalanche. Interrupted only by the roaring sound of avalanche. Avalanche is a rapid flow of mass of snow which tumbles down from a cliff or mountain or you can say unstable snow on a slope which fractures from the surrounding snow cover and begins to slide, and it creates a lot of roaring sound. Or carving ice sheet consecrates the place. Ice carving, also called glacier carving or iceberg carving. It is the breaking of ice chunks from the edge of a glacier. It is often accompanied by a loud cracking or booming sound. So such sounds are only heard once in a while in Antarctica. And that consecrates the place. That is very typical, exclusively typical of the place. It's an immersion that will force you to place yourself in the context of Earth's geological history. Now, all these things make one think deeply that where does man stand in the context of the Earth's geological history? Where do we stand? So it requires deep mental involvement to understand the role of human beings, the past and future of human beings on Earth. For humans, the prognosis isn't good. So for humans, the news is not good. The prognosis, the forecast, the prediction, and whatever is happening in Antarctica, the outcome of it isn't good. People go there to study the climatic change and other things which will help in forecasting the future of humans, future of Earth. And the outcome of all such researches tells that the prognosis for humans isn't good.